Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna devotees. So I offer my humble obeisances to the founder Acharya, Srila Prabhupada, and to my Guru Maharaj, His Holiness Rompada Swami, Satyasara Prabhuji and Jai Subhadra Mataji, and to all devotees. So thank you Satyasara Prabhuji and Jai Subhadra Mataji for giving me this wonderful opportunity. So please forgive me if I make any mistakes. So it's because of my ignorance. And I am really not qualified for this service. Just to purify myself, I am doing this. Thank you devotees for joining us today. So I'll start with Jai Radha Matava prayer. Jaya Radha Matava Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Matava Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Matava Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Kunja Bihari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Radhe Jaya Jaya Radhe Jaya Radhe Jaya Shri Radhe Jaya Radhe Jaya Jaya Radhe Jaya Radhe Jaya Shri Radhe. Hare Krishna. So today we are going to see from Bhagavad Gita chapter 9 verse 10. So I am going to recite the verse, please repeat after me. Maya dekshena prakriti shuyate cha characharam hetunanena kaunteya jagadvi parivartate Maya dekshena prakriti shuyate cha characharam hetunanena kaunteya Jagat Viparivartate. Maya Dekshena Prakriti. Shuyate cha characharam. Hetunanena Kaunteya. Jagat Viparivartate. So anybody would like to recite? Volunteers?
Maya Dekshena Prakriti.
Dekshena Prakriti.
Suyate Sacharacharam. Hetunanena Kaunteya.
Hetunanena Kaunteya.
Jagat Viparivartate.
Jagat Viparivartate. Shuyate cha characharam. Hetunanena Kaunteya. Jagat Viparivartate. Shuyate cha characharam. Hetunanena Kaunteya. Jagat Viparivartate. Maya Dekshena Prakriti. Shuyate cha characharam. Hetunanena Kaunteya. Jagat Viparivartate. Thank you, devotees. Translation. This material nature, which is one of my energies, is working under my direction, O son of Kunti, producing all moving and non-moving beings. So under its rule, this manifestation is created and annihilated again and again. So I will offer my prayer to my Guru now. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurun Militam Mena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthabitam Mena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Tatantishva Padantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yatapata Kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsya Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tamsa Jivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakan Vitamsya. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deena Bhanto Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrinde Vaneshwari Vrishabhanu Shute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpa Tarubhasya Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Bhavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Thank you, devotees. So this is one of the important and very beautiful verse from Bhagavad Gita. So in this verse, Krishna says, Maya Dekshena Prakriti. So that means everything is happening in this material world as per my guidance, under my supervision, under my superintendence, and under my direction. That's what Krishna says in this verse. Whatever happens in this material world, everything is happening under his guidance, under his direction. So the Supreme Lord is the one who creates this material world, and he is the one who maintains or sustains this material world, and he is the one who destroys it. So if you take in, everything in this creation is part of Krishna's energy. Either it is superior energy or inferior energy. So superior energy is spirit soul and inferior energy is material nature, material world. Or you can say para or apara. And moving and non-moving beings, that is chara and achara. So moving means chara, non-moving is achara. Or living and non-living entities. So everything is manifested by Prakriti. So like trees, animals, birds and mountains, everything is manifested by Prakriti. So Prakriti is female and she is always controlled by Supreme Personality of Godhead. Just like how wife's activity is always controlled by husband, so Prakriti is always controlled by Supreme Lord. So we all know that this material world is temporary and it is created and annihilated again and again. So this verse talks about the incredible or extraordinary power of the Supreme Lord. So in this verse it's clearly said, and Krishna is pointing out that he does not directly involve in the material creation. Though the creation happens from him, he says that he does not directly involve in material creation. So why Krishna is directly not involving in material creation? So in Brahma Samhita it says 5.1, Ishvara Parama Krishna Sakchitananda Vigraha Anadiradir Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam. So Krishna is the Adi Purusha. So he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is the cause of all causes and he is the origin of everything. So there is no other origin. He is the eternal existence with full of bliss and knowledge. So but he still says he does not directly involve in the material creation. So why does that he says like that? He expands himself into Purusha Avatar. We all know that. He expands into Mahavishnu, Garbhodakshay Vishnu and Shirodakshay Vishnu. So Mahavishnu is the one who creates this material world. So for us to create something or to invent something, it's very difficult. We have to work so hard day and night. But for Mahavishnu, just a glance. He does not even have to touch the material nature. Just by looking at the unmanifested form Pradhan, Prakriti is manifested. So Prakriti transforms into material nature. So Mahavishnu just glance. So similarly, when time comes for dissolution, everything dissolves and again it becomes a Pradhan, like unmanifested form it becomes. So if you look at all these creations, maintenance and destruction, dissolution, Krishna always remains aloof. He is detached from everything. So in one sense, if you see, Krishna is doing everything, but in other sense, if you see, Krishna is doing anything. So how we can understand this is, everything is the energy of the Supreme Lord. So everything is taken care by material nature. Because Prakriti is the one of the energies, so she takes care of everything. So when the Lord wants the material world to manifest, this material world is created. And when he wants to destroy this, it is dissolved. But he does not personally or directly involve in any of these things. So everything energy does for him, everything is taken care by his energies. So live example is Satyasara Prabhuji. So we all know that he is the president of our temple. So but he is not personally or directly involving in all activities. So how he manage all the activities? So everything is taken care by different departments. Like we have cooking department, so the lead of the cooking department take care of everything. And we have altar department, decoration, so altar decorating, the lead will take care of that. And we have a cleaning department, so cleaning department lead will take care of all the work. And we have for communication and then shuttle service and so many departments we have. So everything is taken care by the departments. So they don't work independently. So they are always dependent and work under the supervision of Satyasara Prabhuji. So similarly, Krishna also does not personally do anything. So everything is taken care by his energy. So in this verse, if you see, verse says material nature work under his supervision. So that means there is a common saying, not even a blade of grass moving without the will of the Lord. So if we say that nothing happens without the will of the Lord, then you may have a question. Like, what happens to the people who do all the bad things? Is Krishna's will making them to do all the bad actions? Is it true? No, so it's not like that. So everyone works under the supervision of Krishna. But people do their actions according to their own will. They have their own will. So everyone has little independence or little free will. So they do not use their free will properly. So they misuse their free will, that's why they do all bad actions. So best example for using our free will in wrong ways, like if you take in Mahabharata, like Kauravas and Pandavas, they went to meet Krishna to get some support, right? So Krishna was sleeping and Duryodhana was on the head side of Krishna and Arjuna was on the feet side of Krishna. So, so Lord Krishna, when he woke up, he asked Arjuna, because he is sitting on the feet side, why you are so early, so what do you want? And Arjuna, then immediately Duryodhana jumped in and said, I came first, so you please talk to me. But Krishna said, I saw him first, so let him talk. And then Krishna asked Arjuna, like, do you want my army or you want me unarmed? Like, then Arjuna said, I always want you, I don't want your army. Like in all circumstances, I want only you. And Duryodhana, by hearing this, he thought, why Krishna is asking for, Arjuna is asking for Krishna. Like, without army, like Krishna, it's not going to work. Krishna, if Krishna doesn't have army, then there is no use of having Krishna on his side. So Arjuna thought, he wanted to ask his huge army. So even we think that why instead of asking army, like Krishna, Arjuna asked army. But we also know, like if we take in our life, once we were in the spiritual world, serving Krishna. But because of our free will, what we did, we thought like, why should I serve Krishna? Why not I be the master? So, then when we think that Krishna gave us choice, like how he gave choice to Duryodhana and Arjuna, like you want me or you want my energy. So, but in the spiritual world there is no material influence. So only because of our free will, we had the choice. But in the material world, if you see, most of the people, they choose Krishna's energy rather than Krishna, because they want to use or enjoy the facilities given by Krishna. But they don't want Krishna, but they want to enjoy the facilities of Krishna. So we always need to make a better choice using our free will. So Krishna gave us free will. Why Krishna gave us free will? Because to think and act. He also gave this precious human form of birth to go back to Krishna. We have to think and act and we have to go back to Krishna. So he did not give to enjoy in this material world and take birth again and again. So actually in this verse, it says Krishna is supervisor. Why Krishna is called supervisor? Because he is witnessing our action by sitting in our heart as a super soul. So what we need to understand is, Krishna always gives us guidance, but we need to use our free will in the right way. So for example, Lord Krishna says, or in the Shastra it says, killing other living entities is sinful action. And also, we have to be very compassionate to other living entities. Are we really compassionate to other living entities? But even after knowing all this, we still kill other living entities. Why do we do that? Just to satisfy our own sense gratification, our senses. So we are not using our free will properly. We are using our free will to remain in this material world. But our real purpose is to go back to Krishna. Like even though, we practice bhakti and get instruction from sastras or scriptures, we still have envy and then false ego and then pride. But actually, Krishna doesn't want us to have all these qualities, but still we have all this. So what does that mean? We are using our free will against the Lord, against the law of nature. So Krishna always wants us to follow the dharmic way, and he does not want us to follow the adharmic way. So Krishna gives everything, and he also sanctions all our actions. And also he tells us not to do certain things. How does he say? In the form of guru or guru, like Siksha Guru or Diksha Guru. Or in the form of super soul. He is sitting in our heart and says in the form of super soul. So for example, we all know that smoking is not good for our health. So when we smoke first time, we get lot of cough. So that means our super soul is like guiding us. He is saying that we should not do that action. Are we listening that? No, we still do that, right? So we go against the will of the Lord because of our free will. We are not using our free will in the right way. If you see, like Lord does not control how we use our free will. He never controls us how we use our free will. But he always controls how much free will we can use. So what does it mean, how much free will we can use? So if, for example, if you have a sports car, like your car can go 200 miles per hour. But the government, it does not control where you want to go in your car. You can go anywhere. You can go to Gita Nagari, or you can go to Dallas for satsang, or you can go to Houston to see Radha Neelamata, or to San Antonio to go for the river walk. Anywhere you can go. But it controls how fast you can go on a particular road or city. So the government controls your limit. So exactly like that, Krishna also does not interfere in our free will. But he controls the limit of our free will. So it means how much you can use your free will. So the limit is based on our karma which we accumulated in the past. So for example, if you want to eat more sweet, if you are a sweet lover, you can eat as much sweet as you want. That's your free will, right? But if you have diabetes, what happens? Will you be able to eat more sweet? Some may like gulab jamun, some may like laddu, some may like badusha, so many sweets. But if you have diabetes, what happens? You have to put a shot and then you can eat sweets, only controlled. So Krishna will control us by giving us diabetes. Another example is Duryodhana. So he did so many atrocities and so many bad actions. As a super soul, Krishna also sanctioned all his actions. But Krishna never approved his action. Krishna always allowed his action, but he never approved his action. Why Krishna allowed and he did not approve? Krishna constantly advised Duryodhana, like about his bad actions, by sending so many sages, great sages, like Vyasadeva and Markandeya Rishi, and then Kripacharya, Dronacharya, Vasishta, and then Narada Muni. And Krishna himself also went and advised him about his bad actions. And Krishna also said, like if you do this, you will be destroyed. But still Duryodhana, he did not listen to anyone. And he used his free will always in the wrong way. So Krishna always allowed his action, but he never approved his action. But Krishna gave him punishment. What he did? At the end of the war, he destroyed Duryodhana. So when people do bad things, they are not doing as per Krishna's will. So they are doing it on their own free will. So whenever people are doing some bad actions, so it's not Krishna's will. So it's always because we make the choice. So we make bad choice and we do our actions because of our little independence. Even sometimes if you see, devotees also do bad actions. Even Guru advises them about particular actions, or if a Guru says that Shastra says or Scripture says, but still sometimes devotees also do bad actions. Why do they do? Because they think they are better than others and they think that they know everything. Whatever they are doing is right. So they do all the bad actions. Because still we are in the Kanishta Adhikari, so it takes some time to get rid of all the anarthas. So, because, and then if Guru advises always, to improve ourselves in the spiritual path. But if we don't follow that, what happens? We gradually fall down from our position. In this verse, Krishna says, everything under my supervision. But sometimes if you see, living entities, they do their action on their own will. So Krishna is the supervisor, but if you take some living entities, they do their action on their own will. So when a devotee surrender unto Krishna, Supreme Lord, or when they follow the Shastras or Scriptures, like Guru's instruction, then the Lord will take care of them. Lord controls the devotees. How he controls his devotees? Like, so Maya does not affect, or Maya does not touch the devotees of Krishna. Why? Because Maya is under the control of Krishna. So Maya always dependent on Krishna. So Maya does not touch devotees of Krishna. So it does not mean that devotees they don't get sick or they don't get any disease. It's not like that. Because that is all based on their karma. Whatever they accumulated, it is all based on their karma. So Krishna does not interfere in their karma. But Krishna reduces the reaction of the karma. For example, Pandavas. If you take Pandavas, they went through so many difficulties. And their house were burnt in fire. And Draupadi, like she was disrobed. And Bhima was poisoned. And they stayed in the forest for a long time. So Krishna does not take their difficulties away. But what Krishna did? He protected them in each and every actions. Every time he protected them. Why Krishna protected them? Because Pandavas completely surrendered unto Krishna. And they have full faith on Krishna. So, we may also, like if you see, we may also get distressed situations in our life. But if we truly surrender unto Krishna, then Krishna will protect us. But we have to have full faith on Krishna. So if we fully surrender and if we have full faith on Krishna, Krishna will protect us. So this is called Krishna's reciprocation. So if we do little things to Krishna, Krishna will reciprocate multiple times for us. So in this verse, Krishna says, I am neutral to everyone. Yes, Krishna is neutral to everyone. How? Because he never interfere in anybody's karma. Krishna never interfere in anybody's karma. So everyone goes through karmic reaction. So but when it comes to pure devotees, what he does? He always protects them by reducing the sinful reactions. So Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita 10.9, Makchita matkata prana bodhayanta parasparam katayantascha mam nityam tushyanti cha ramanti cha. Translation. The thoughts of my pure devotees dwell in me. Their lives are fully devoted to my service, and they derive great satisfaction and bliss from always enlightening one another and conversing about me. So if you take this verse talks about the characteristics of pure devotees. So they always, pure devotees if you take, they always engage in transcendental loving service of the Lord. So what they do? They get up early in the morning and then they make prasadam for Krishna and then they do temple services and also they always engage in glorifying Krishna's pastime. So they always engage in Krishna's activities. And also they take pleasure in discussing about Krishna with others. So sometimes if you take, like we also know sometimes in our life, we have some issues like wealth issue, health issue, and then work issue, so many issues we face in our life. But when we associate with the devotees and when we glorify about the Supreme Lord, all our sufferings are minimized. So that's only because of Krishna. Like if we put Krishna in the center, like all our miseries or sufferings will get reduced. So if we are not gathering or staying at home and simply sitting and thinking about our problem, will our problem get solved? No. So like we get, what happens? We get more stress and we get more anxiety. So at least now we have the hope that Krishna is there and he will take care of all our problems. So our Guru is there and Guru will take care, and we have devotee association. That's a big strength for all of us. So but if we don't come to temple and stay home, it's going to be more stress and more anxiety. So Krishna always creates an environment like that. Like he creates the devotees environment where we are not affected by all the karmic reactions. So when we surrender unto Krishna, Krishna will tell Maya to be easy on us. So Maya does not give us a hard time, or she doesn't trouble his devotees much, because she herself, surrender, and she is dependent on Krishna. So Maya always go easy on her devotees. So whatever the actions we do, we get the reactions. So that is also said, whatever we sow, we reap. So Krishna is always neutral for our past actions. But if you surrender unto Krishna, what Krishna does is, he always reduces. If you follow the instructions of your Guru, and if you follow the Sadhu Shastra and everything, Krishna always reduces, or he takes away, remove, it's up to him. He can take away the problems, or he can reduce all our sinful reactions. Krishna also says in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 9, verse 29. Samoham sarva bhuteshu name dveshyosti na priyah ye bhajanti tumam bhaktya mayi te teshu chapyaham. So, translation: I envy no one, nor am I partial to anyone. I am equal to all. But whoever renders service unto me in devotion is a friend, is in me, and I am also friend to him. So when you surrender unto Krishna, what Krishna does? He treats everyone as a friend. If you surrender unto Krishna, Krishna treats as like a friend. So it's like children surrendering unto their parents. If you see, when we go on a trip, like in our car, kids are always worry free. They just they don't worry about anything, and they just sleep very peacefully in the car. They have peace of mind. So because they have a very strong faith and belief in their parents, that the parents will drive them home safely. So similarly, when we truly surrender unto Krishna, what Krishna does? He always take care of us, and he always protect us. So we don't need to worry about anything. We also have peace of mind. So also Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita chapter 15 verse 15, Sarvasya chaham mriti sannivishto matta smritir jnanam apohanam cha Vedesha sarvairahameva vedyo vedanta kritveda videha chaham. So it's a beautiful verse. Translation: I am seated in everyone's heart, and from me comes remembrance, knowledge, and forgetfulness. By all the Vedas, I am to be known. Indeed, I am the compiler of Vedanta, and I am the knower of the Veda. So in this verse, Krishna is everything. So when you surrender unto Krishna, he will give all the necessities to go back to Krishna. But in this verse, Krishna is saying to everyone in general, to all people, he is saying that when you surrender, that he will give necessity things to go back to Krishna. But when you become a true devotee, Krishna says he will replace the super soul. So that he clearly says in Bhagavad Gita chapter 10 verse 10. Tesham satata yuktanam bhajatam priti purvakam tatami buddhi yogam tam yena mamupayanti te. So translation: to those who are constantly devoted to serving me with love, I give understanding by which you can come to me. Krishna very clearly says. Tesham satata yuktanam. So what does it mean? It means those who are engaging with Krishna constantly. Satata means always. And yuktanam means engaging, constantly engaging with Krishna. Tesham satata yuktanam. Those who are always engaging with Krishna. Engaging in what? The answer is in the second line. He says, Bhajatam Priti Purvakam. Here, Bhajatam means worshipping God or performing devotional services. And then Priti Purvakam. What is Priti Purvakam means? With great love and affection. So what we get when we do with great love and affection? He says in the third line. So, Dadami Buddhi Yogam Tam. So, Krishna says that we get real intelligence and knowledge from Krishna. So, what we do with that real knowledge? Yes. He says in that fourth line, Enamam upayantite. So, you can go back to Krishna. If you have the real knowledge, you can go back to Krishna. Dadami Buddhi Yogam Tam. So I come and sit in your heart, give intelligence and guide, and also guides you. But when it comes to pure devotees, what Krishna says? He is not a super soul anymore. He himself sits in our heart and he replaces the super soul. That's what he says for pure devotee. If you are a pure devotee, Krishna says he is not a super soul anymore. He himself sits in our heart and guides us. So, as a devotee, we have to have full faith in Krishna. Only if you have full faith in Krishna, he will protect us. So, in Brahma Samhita also it is said, like 5.33. Lord Brahma says, Advaitam achyutam anadim anantarupam Adyam Purana Purusham Navayavvanam Cha Vedeshu Durlabham Adurlabham Atma Bhaktau Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. It's a beautiful verse. Advaitam Achyutam Anadim Anantarupam. So it means Krishna is one without second. He is independent. And Anadim, Advaitam, Achyutam. Achyutam means even though he expands into innumerable forms, it does not mean that his potency is reduced. Always his potency is same. Advaitam, Achyutam, Anadim. Anadim means there is no beginning or end for Krishna. So we have beginning and end in this material world. We celebrate birthday and our body changes and we have death, everything. But for Krishna, there is no beginning and no end. Advaitam Achyutam Anadim Anantarupa. What is Anantarupam means? Unlimited, unlimited form. Advaitam Adyam Purana Purusham. Adyam means original and Purana means oldest. And Purusham means person. But he just looks like 16-year-old. Navayavvanam cha. He always looks 16 years old. No matter how old he always looks 16 years. So Navayavvanam cha. Vedeshu durlabham adurlabham atma bhaktav. Vedeshu we all know. Veda means it's a source of knowledge. And durlabham, adurlabham, so inaccessible. Krishna is not accessible for Vedas and everything. So if you study independently or if we do research work to know about Krishna, it is very difficult to understand Krishna. It's not easy to understand Krishna with all logic things. So how we can understand Krishna? It's only by approaching his pure devotees, Atma Bhakta. Atma Bhakta means pure devotees. Only by approaching pure devotees we can understand Krishna. So if you want to understand Krishna, or if you want to have Krishna, like then Bhakti Vinod Thakura says, he sang a very beautiful song in Saranagati. Vaishnava Thakura Tumara Kukura Buliya Janaha More. So Vaishnava Thakura means you are as good as Krishna. Thakura means you are as good as Krishna or God. And Kukura means dog. And he says, Vaishnava, you are as good as God. Kindly accept me as your dog. Vaishnava Thakura Tumara Kukura Buliya Janaha Mori. So Kukura means dog. Why does he say like that? Because dogs are very faithful to his master. And Prabhupada also said in one of his lectures, we all have to learn so many things from dog. So the dogs are always teach us how to be very faithful to Krishna. Those who have dog, they know very well. It has so much love and affection. So whatever you give, whether you feed your dog or you don't feed, whether you take him for a walk or you don't take him for a walk, whether you give him a bath or you don't give him a bath, or you just lock him inside the door and then go for a work. We always do that. We just lock him inside, we go, and then we go to Houston also sometimes. We come late, but he does not show any anger or any distress thing. He always come and jump on us, show his true love and affection, unflinching faith towards his master. He remains so faithful. So there are so many good qualities we can learn from dog. So therefore Bhakti Vinod Thakura says, Vaishnava Thakura Tumara Kukura Buliya Janaha More. So kindly accept me as your dog. I shall serve you faithfully. Always I want to serve you faithfully. So please accept me as your dog. So we should also surrender unto our spiritual master like this. Always we need to follow the instruction, whatever our spiritual master is giving, and serve him faithfully like a dog. So when we have a complete faith in Krishna and faith in our Guru, our life also will be transformed. We can also attain a great success in our life if we follow the instructions of our Guru. The best example is Maharishi Valmiki. If you take Valmiki, we all know that. Who is Valmiki? Yeah, he is the one who wrote Ramayana. So there is another side of Valmiki, not many people know that. So I just like to share, it's a short story. When Valmiki was a small boy, his name was Ratnakar. And he was wandering in the forest. When he was wandering, he got lost. So he was found by a hunter and he took care of Valmiki, like Ratnakar. And he also learned all the hunting things from his foster father. And when he get marriage age, he also got married and he had so many children. So it was really hard for him to take care of his family, because he got so many children and by hunting his earning was very less. So he was not able to feed his family and then he was so distressed. What he did when he got distressed, he just started stealing, robbing and then killing so many people and getting things from them, whatever they have. He started to take all things from them. And whoever passed through that forest, he does all this and he feed his family. So one day Narada Muni, he was going through that forest and he tried to attack Narada Muni also. But Narada Muni, he remained so calm and cool. Why he is so cool and calm? Because he was protected by divine power. He has divine power, so he was protected by that. So Ratnakar was so surprised and he went very close to Narada Muni and he was seeing Narada Muni. And Narada Muni asked him, why are you doing this, all sinful actions? So you are making more sin by doing this. And then Ratnakar said, I'm doing this to feed my family. So I don't have any other means. So to feed, I'm doing all this killing and robbing. And Narada Muni asked, you are doing this, all this for your family. You just go and ask your family whether they are ready to take a part of your sin. And he said, of course, why not? They are, I'm doing this for them, so they are my family members, so sure they will take my sin. And then he said, no, you just go and ask your family members, you just go and ask your wife and your kids, and then you come back. But he doesn't want to leave Narada Muni like that, because he doesn't want to escape. So he tied him to the tree. And then he went to his family and he asked, I'm doing all these sinful actions only to take care of you. So are you guys ready to take part of my sin? And then wife and kids said, why should we have to take your sin? Because it's your duty. You have to take care of your family and you have to satisfy us. So why should we have to take your sin? That's your sin. But you could have done some other wonderful work. But we never say that you have to go and steal and kill people and feed us. When he heard this, he was so heartbroken. He doesn't know what to do, and he came back with so much distress. He came back to Narada Muni. And he said to Narada Muni, I made a mistake. I thought that my family will also support in this, but no one is supporting. So is there any way you can help me? So take my sin away or save me from this. And Narada Muni said, there is only one way I can save you. That is, you have to chant Rama name, then you will be saved. And then he doesn't have any spiritual knowledge, so he doesn't know how to chant Rama name. So he said, Mara, 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 on the backward he said. But finally he got, when he say Mara, 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 so you get the Rama name. So he started reciting Rama name very nicely. So after that he was doing this meditation for a long time. When he was doing this meditation, like his whole body was covered with ant hill, like full of mud. And Brahmaji, he appeared in front of him and he blessed him. Then Ratnakar, he went to the river and he took bath. There by the river side, Tamasa river he went. And then he saw two birds sitting by the river side. And one hunter, he killed the male bird. By seeing that, Ratnakar got so angry, like that female bird was so distressed and full of sorrow. By seeing that, he wrote a sloka, cursing that hunter. That was his first sloka. But that is not in any way related to Ramayana. So he cursed the hunter. So, and then after that he came to his ashrama and met Brahmaji. And Brahmaji gave him the task, you just do the great epic Ramayana, write about Ramayana. Then he started writing Ramayana. So, when we have complete faith in Guru and Krishna, our heart will be cleansed and we can also see the transformation like Ratnakar. So another sloka I would like to share. Tadejati tannaijati taddure tadvantike taddantarasya sarvasya tadu sarvasya bhayataha. In this translation, the Supreme Lord walks and does not walk. He is far away, but he is very near as well. He is within everything and yet he is outside of everything. So it's very beautiful sloka. So what we can understand, when we see this sloka, it says Krishna walks and he does not walk. He is far away and he is also nearby. So when we hear this, we feel that there is no logic in this thing. So when someone can walk, how can we say that he cannot walk? When someone can be far away, how can we say that he is near? So, if you want to understand Krishna, initially what we can do is we can do bhakti practice. But if you want to understand Krishna in deeper, we cannot understand by applying all these logics. how we can like even if you have like top educational degrees like from MIT or Harvard or like Carnegie Mellon, no matter what education you have, still you cannot understand Krishna. How one can understand Krishna? Only Krishna has to reveal his nature. Then only we can understand Krishna. Otherwise it is difficult to understand Krishna. It's not possible for us to understand Krishna. So how Krishna will reveal his nature to us? Only if we have full faith and complete surrender unto Krishna, then Krishna will reveal to us. Like Krishna has both logic and is beyond the logic. Because he is inside and as well as he is outside. He can walk and he is also at the same time he cannot walk. He is far away but still he is near also. So when we hear this, we have the feeling that it is very contradictory. But it is contradictory only to us, not for Krishna. Why? Yeah, he is inconceivable. Krishna is inconceivable. He is achintya. So everything is possible for Krishna. That is why he is Supreme Lord. So the inconceivability of the Lord you can understand only with faith, and there is no other way you can understand Krishna. So with that I conclude my class here, and please forgive me if I make any mistakes, and please let me know if you have any comments or correction. Thank you. What? Oh, anyone from online too.
Devotees, if you have any questions or comments, if you want to share any realization, please raise your hand, both in online and in temple room. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Guru.
Very good examples. Thank you so much, Mataji. You mentioned that most of us are attracted to energies of Krishna, not to Krishna.
Yes.
How do we make the distinction so that we start making pivot towards attracting to Krishna and not the energies?
Then we have to associate with the devotees, Prabhuji. When we associate with devotees, we don't think much of the material things. Like we always do service for Krishna, and then we chant. When we chant, our heart will be cleansed. Like it is said in the Sikshashtakam. Cheto darpana majanam bhavamahadavagni nirvapanam shreya kairava chandrika vidaranam vidyavadu jivanam. Glories to the Sri Krishna Sankirtana, which cleanses the heart of all the dust accumulated for years and years. So it will be extinguished by, what is that we say? It will extinguish by chanting, glorifying Krishna's name. That is what I know. Please, Prabhuji can say, Prabhu. You can add, Prabhu.
I think you already answered, Mataji. The Bhakti Yoga is the answer. That's what you described. You're starting with chanting, hearing, associating with devotees, coming to temple, doing services.
So then we will get more attracted to Krishna.
Yeah.
Prabhu, you have question? Any other questions or comments?
Hare Krishna Mataji, wonderful class. Talking about the chanting. In our chanting, we say Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Now understood, Krishna is the Supreme Lord, so he's got to be in the chant. Whereas Rama is one of the expansions of our Supreme Lord Krishna. Whereas Krishna has many expansions. And how Rama came into the chanting and not other expansions.
What is it?
Question is, in the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, only Rama came, or why not other incarnation of Krishna came? That is the Prabhu's question.
That only Prabhu has to answer.
I mean, the Hare Krishna Mantra, Prabhu, Krishna and Rama are there. So they are the primary, very popularly known to people. That's one thing. Second is that Krishna includes all other incarnations as well. Krishna is to Bhagavan Swayam. So he is a source. So if you say the name of Krishna and you include all the other incarnations in it. And Rama is Lord Ramachandra, and also Lord Rama is Balaram, and he is Radhika Raman, he is Krishna himself. So it depends on how you approach the mantra. A particular form will be revealed to you as a reciprocation from the Lord. So when you just say the name of Krishna, it includes all other incarnations, and everyone is included in it, in the name of Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. And probably want to get a little more clarification. Now, understood that when we do Hare Krishna mantra, we are obviously counting on every other expansions, all other incarnations, and all the gods, demigods into that. Is the Hare Krishna, Hare Rama has become more popular in that form is because they rhyme better, and kind of, if we mix too many incarnations, mantra gets too long and it may not do the purpose that it's probably intended to do. So is it something that also goes into this formula?
What is it? I don't understand.
Okay. Yeah. So Prabhu, I'll repeat, I'll rephrase your question. Your question is, why Hare Krishna Mantra? Is it short or is it easy to say? Am I right, Prabhu? That's where you are approaching?
To some point. What I was saying that when we say Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, kind of Krishna and Rama, they kind of rhyme nicely into the mantra and make the mantra short and sweet. And if we add a lot of other expansions, the mantra could get much longer and maybe difficult to recite for the.
No, I don't think there's any external reason for the mantra to be like that, and that's how the mantra manifested. And it is said in Upanishad, it is other ways, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. That's what it is written in the Upanishad. But if you want to recite that mantra, then you have to take a diksha. So there are qualifications needed. So Mahaprabhu, Lord Chaitanya changed that sequence. He put Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So it's not a Vedic mantra anymore, and so you don't need any qualification to chant. So the appearance of the word Krishna and Rama in the mantra is not about it's not external. It is a holy name, it's Krishna himself, and the mantra has the potency because of the names Krishna and Rama in that, and it is not based on some external reasons, Prabhu. So this mantra is very short and it's very easy to say because anybody can participate, a small child to a grown-up, and you don't need any qualification. You can be in any varna or any ashrama, or even if you are outside of Vedic culture, you may be Malicha or Yavana, whoever you are, you can still chant the mantra and get the full benefit. You don't need any qualification. So that's the power of this mantra, and it's very apt for Kali Yuga. You want to say?
Thank you, Prabhu. Understood.
Correct. So for mantra, you have to be qualified to do anything. Like you have to take a diksha, or you have to take diksha or whatnot. So Hare Krishna is basically like a Harinam. And anyone can do it anywhere, and you don't have to have any qualification. So that's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu just That's the main point here. And I don't know where did the Hare Nam mantra came from, but yeah. But this also keeps us engaged, right? Keep saying the name of the Lord and whatnot. So, thank you.
Thank you, Prabhu. Prabhu, is that answer your question?
Yes, Prabhu, thank you very much.
Any other question, devotees? Yeah.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
The reason non-devotees or those who are only interested in their self-gratification, they want Krishna's energy and not Krishna. Why? Because they don't want to follow the instructions of Krishna or to serve him. They want to serve themselves. They don't want to serve Krishna. And that is the reason most of the people, majority of the people, they would go for the energy of Krishna rather than following the instructions in the Bhagavad Gita to read and do the devotional service. Hare Krishna Mataji, Hare Krishna
Thank you,
Prabhuji.
Prabhuji.
Thank you, Prabhu. That's a nice comment. Why we won't serve Krishna, why we serve his energies. We like energies. Okay. Any other question? Comment? Thank you, Mataji. That's a wonderful class, and it's very easy. We thoroughly continuing through that, following through the lecture. We need many more classes from you. Thank you, Mataji. With that, we are moving on to the next part of our program, is Arati. Please raise your places. Oh, thank you, Prabhu. Sorry, Prabhu. Yeah, Prabhu.
I just need to confirm something with Drishna.
Thank you.
The third one is double beat, right? Yeah, but you said the third one's double beat, right? Huh? Okay. Okay, so that's the third one. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Vishnupadaya
Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Namine
Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschattate Shatarine Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschattate Shatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare
Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. It's my turn now. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Pada Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Guru Deva, Jaya Guru Deva, Jaya Guru Deva, Jaya Guru Deva. Nitya Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitya Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitya Gaura Hari Bol.
जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राज का आचार्य अष्टोत्तर श्रीमती जी भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी महाराज प्रभुपाद की जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राज का आचार्य अष्टोत्तर श्री श्रीमद भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी महाराज प्रभुपाद की
अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। नामाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। इस्कॉन फाउंडर आचार्य श्री प्रभुपाद की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद की जय। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्यामकुंड राधाकुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की जय। श्री वृंदावन धाम की जय। श्री मायापुर धाम की जय। श्री जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की जय। गंगामयी यमुनामयी की जय। भक्ति देवी तुलसी देवी की जय। श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय। बृहत मृदंगा की जय। ऑल ग्लोरीज टू assembled devotees. All glories to assembled devotees. All glories to assembled devotees. All glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada की जय। We made me dance a lot.
What is Anil Damodar? Only one time. What is Anil Damodar? Call and response. Don't repeat again. Why? Same line. Why? Just once, call and response once.
But I'm supposed to do it twice.
No, but don't do it again.
Okay.
Namaste, Namaste Narasimhaya. Praladadayine, Praladadayine, Hiranyakashipurvakshaha. Shilatankanakalaye, Shilatankanakalaye, Ito nasimha parato nasimha. Yato yato yamitato nasimha. Pahe nasimha hridaye nasimha. Narasimha madem sharanam prapadem. Avakara kamalavare nakam abhuta shinga kalita hiranyakashipu tanu vringa keshavadita narahari rupa jai jagadisha hare jaya jagadisha hare jaya jagadisha hare. Tanu Bringa Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa Jai Jaya Narasimhadev Jaya Narasimhadev Jaya Narasimhadev Jaya Narasimhadev. Jaya Prahlad Maharaj 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 Nitya Gaura Hari Bo Hari Bo Hari Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev.
Thank you, Dhriti, for the Kirtan. Thank you, Jishnu, Radha Damodar Prabhu and Hitesh Prabhu for support.